sir.
Today we're joined by the Birmingham Stallions, Coach Skip Holtz and Quentin Foley and CJ Merrill. We're going to open up with a statement from Coach.
What a great game. Great game, as we expected it would be. I thought it was a great game the first go around. It was a one-score game at 31-38 when they went down and scored to make it 45-31, but that was a great football game. This one had its ups and downs and twists and turns for sure, where you thought it was going one way and then it was going another, but that's what happens when two great football teams line up and compete. Nobody wants to say it's over. Everybody wants to fight until the very end, and I think that John DeFilippo does a great job with that football team. I think they're tough, they're competitive, they do some really good things offensively. But where I was most proud today is the way our team played. I thought they played smart football. We've talked about following a plan. I've talked about it in here. I've talked about the Big Four and how important they are. I thought this game was won being +1 on the turnover battle, and I thought it was won in the red zone. Where we were 3 out of 4 and they were 1 out of 4. And I think that was the difference in this football game right there. It's going to come down to the end. Both teams played hard. Both teams put it all out on the field. It's like somebody said, we want to come in for the celebration. Those guys are shot. Those guys are in there. It's like, all right, coach, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, all right, great. They are spent. They put everything on that field. And you know what? This team has they want to win. They've grown accustomed to winning. They work to win. And I'm just really, really proud of the way they went out and the way they competed tonight. I thought Quentin was all over the field. I thought a lot of guys on defense did some really good things. And we have talked about we have a lot of talent on this football team, even though at one point we had 7 starters out, week 2. And yet I said there's still some talent in place. We saw Ricky Person stepped into the equation today. He got his first carry, 2 yards, ran through an arm tackle and scored a touchdown. We've got a couple linebackers out. Guys are stepping up. I think CJ continues just to be a staple for us on offense. He is solid. They were playing a lot of man coverage early in the game, and the matchup that we felt really good about, and one of the things that the quarterback felt really good too is going to CJ one-on-one with the linebacker. And that's where really we got a lot of our yards at the beginning of the game with CJ coming out of the backfield in the one-on-one matchup. So it was a game of twists and turns. I think they do a great job as a football team. I think their defense is tough, physical. They got a really good offense. It's a great team win. I made the mistake. 4 inches to go. I could kick myself in the head for not going for it, but I went for it at Houston, and I told this defense, I said, you know what? I didn't give you a chance to win it. I said I won't make that mistake again. So 4th and 4. 4th and 4 inches, I felt like I needed to punt it away and say if they want to beat us, they got to go 80 yards against our defense and put it in the end zone, and I'm going to put my hat on our defense. And I was really proud of the way they rose to the occasion, what they were able to do. Certainly made it interesting with all the officials' reviews there at the end, and I wasn't sure where the ball was going, forwards, backwards. It went back, then it came back forward halfway, then it went back. I didn't know what was going on. I was just really proud of the way our team competed.
No, I didn't do anything, superhuman. Coach talked about it. You don't have to be a hero. Just come out and do your job. Linebackers, we've been doing a great job. Sometimes just a little misaligned, a half step here. Football is a game of inches, and just a little alignment in the beginning, things like that. Some small issues that we've been making week by week. We're getting better. We're cleaning it up. Just as we continue to improve, make those changes, adjust. And we've been rotating. Everyone's playing. We're doing a great job as a unit. We just have to keep growing.
Didn't feel different for you today?
A little more tired.
Made a few more tackles for sure.
Hey, Coach, this is for you. On that final Hail Mary, I'm always interested in how coaches coach on the TV. Sometimes they put big receivers or big tight ends back there. Do you coach your guys to go up and make an interception, bat the ball down, or what's kind of the coaching points when you get to that stage of the game?
I'd like to bat the ball down on the ground. I've also lost games where we batted the ball and it went 15 yards sideways and hit the opponent standing right in the chest in the end zone, and we lost the game. So, I mean, if you're going up and fighting for the ball, you can go pick it, go intercept it, go get it. I don't want to tip it, you know what I mean? And, yeah, bat it down. There's a big crowd of people. You don't have a clean shot at it. Just get your hand on it, knock it to the ground. But we had two of our guys fighting over it. You know what I mean? We had two of ours fighting over it at the end that were in a great position. But we've got big, tall, lean, athletic defensive backs. We don't need to grab a tall wide receiver. We have tall, I think Brian Allen's probably as tall as anybody, you know what I mean, anybody we have at the receiver core. We have some tall safeties, Tyree Robinson. I mean, we got some length in our secondary, so we let those guys take care of it. And it's a judgment call. If you're in a fight for it, then go up and bat the ball. Go up and bat the ball down. If you can go up and get it, then go up and take the ball. Is what we try and teach them. But you know, it is a very low percentage play. But unfortunately, some people have converted on it. You just got to do a great job. We work it every week, and I thought our defense did a really good job of going out and executing it at the end.
This is for either one of the players. What impact play that you made that you kind of like saw it coming, and you kind of coached yourself up like, I see this coming, I want to make this play. Can you kind of take us through that?
I could say the one-on-one matchup with the linebacker. We knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. We just talked about that before we went out to play the game. I knew I was one-on-one with the linebacker, just make a play. I knew Al was going to throw it to me.
Coach, can you elaborate on your red zone defense, especially in the first half? They had a first and goal inside the 5, and they had it first inside the 20, and you held them to 3.
You know, we work red zone every week. I mean, every week, and we do an awful lot against each other. Practice for us is really, we play about half a game, and it's physical, and these guys get after it. They're both competitors, and nobody wants to give an inch. And we do a lot of reps against each other, and we work the red zone every Wednesday, and then we do it again on Thursday. You know, it's a 50-50. Some battles we win, some battles they win, but we're getting better. You know what I mean? We're getting better at it. And I think y'all would know this stat more than I would, but somebody threw it at me. I think in our 2 losses, they've scored like 9 of 11 times they've been in the red zone. And now in our 5 wins, I don't know what that number is, but it's almost like 2 of 17, something along those lines. 3 of 17, I don't even know. But I don't quote me on the numbers because but we work it every week. I think these guys will tell you, our goal when we started this season is we've got a lot of new faces. 2022 is over. This is 2023. This is a new season, a new football team. And I don't know how good we can be. But let's do this. Let's make a vow that we're going to be as good as we can be, and let's just keep getting better. And I said to somebody, I was asked the question this week, where our team is, and I said, I want to be playing our best football at the end of the year because we're getting better as we go. This is not every week reinvent the wheel, put in a whole bunch of new plays. Hey, this week we're going to run the veer. You know what I mean? Hey, this week we do us. You know what I mean? We do us, and we're trying to get better and better at executing. And where my disappointment probably with my involvement in the offense is we weren't able to close that thing out a little bit more in the fourth quarter. We jumped off sides one time. We ended up in a long yardage situation. We took a sack one time, which we can't do. I've got to try and get the S off Alex's chest a little bit, you know what I mean, because he tries to do so much. And he competes. He's such a warrior, and he wants to win. But we've got to get better. We made a lot of mistakes today. We had 4 drops, I believe, in the first half. I mean, we dropped a ball in the end zone that we had to kick a field goal. We had 4 drops. Jace dropped the ball, I think, first play of the game, wasn't it? I mean, it was first or second play of the game. He dropped the ball over the middle. Just routine plays that we've been really good at so far this year. So we just got to keep getting better. But the red zone, it's a real testament to the staff and to these players, the way they're working and the way they just keep working to get better. And our motto, Quentin will tell you, make them snap it again. Just get the ball on the ground, make them snap it again. As long as we make them snap it again, we got a chance. We did a great job from the first matchup to this one. We were not very good in the red zone, and we gave up, I believe, 8 big plays in the first game for about 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Well, you know what? We were much better in the red zone this game. We were much better in giving up the big plays. We didn't give up a big play touchdown, and we won the game. Proud of what these guys did and how they're getting better and how they're learning to play smart football, winning football.
Coach, the D-line was unbelievable. A lot of people don't give them photos. I can see the techniques, the dips, the schemes. I can definitely check it out.
But-
Elaborate on your D-line.
The D-line, we've got, I mean, we really came into this season, and we carried an extra D-lineman than we wanted to coming in. We talked about we were carrying one less DB and one more defensive lineman. But when we went to start looking at who's going to be on our final roster of 50, how do you let some of those guys go? You know what I mean? It's like D-linemen are hard to find, especially guys that size with that motor that can play with that skill level. We ended up carrying an extra one. And so now the hard decision for us every week is the cut from 50 to 40. Now that's the hard one, but the competition makes everybody better. And when you know there's a guy that's sitting out that was maybe a hero last week, and he's sitting out this week, and you get the opportunity, your opportunity to play, I mean, let's step up, let's go. I mean, and these players are making it harder and harder for us every week because they just keep getting, like I said, they keep getting better. And I'm hoping the last 3 weeks the USFL will make a decision where we get to dress 50. I don't think that's going to happen. That's not a real statement, but well, I would love for it because we got 50 guys in that locker room. We don't have the token sit guy. You know what I mean? That's just a backup. We got a bunch of guys that are good enough to be starters, and they're all rolling, and we're keeping fresh bodies in there, and they're playing really well together. And I think Marty Long has done a great job with those guys. They're doing a super job. Proud of them.
We got Oscar online. Oscar, you want to unmute and ask a question?
Hello, Coach.
Hola, Oscar.
Was a great game. Could you talk a little more about the good performance of the defensive line and the different schemes you play against the New Orleans quarterback?
Well,
It was a great game.
Thank you, Oscar. I said hola because that's all I know in Spanish, so I thought I'd throw you a bone there. The defense really they played great, and you look at it and go, wow, they gave up a lot of yards. They threw the ball 42 times. Don't believe they had a 100-yard rusher this time, where I believe last time he went for almost 200 against us. I mean, I thought the defense, John Chavis does a great job. He's a very aggressive defensive coordinator. But really what we've gotten into is really keep the ball in front of us, probably playing a lot more zone with this football team than we did a year ago, probably not being near as aggressive, but when he dials up those pressures, they're getting home. And the linebackers have a really good feel for it. Secondary's doing a good job of keeping the ball in front, and we're making people execute with the ball in front of us. But it's a team unit. It's 1 of 11. The defense is 4 11ths. The linebacker 3 11ths. You know what I mean? As you go through, everybody's got to play a role, and it doesn't work if the secondary's not holding their zones. It doesn't work if the linebacker gets out of his zone. It only works when everybody plays their role, and I think they're playing really good team defense right now. Yeah, they made some plays today, but nobody got discouraged. Nobody got down. Our battle cry is, next play, let's go. I told Adrian Hardy, he was all down. He fumbled that ball, gave him a field goal, backed up. I said, you know what, tomorrow I'll yell and scream about it. Today, that one's over. Don't let it beat us twice. Next play. We're going to need you before this thing's over. Let's keep going. Let's keep banging that rock. And I think the defense had that mentality. The offense, the whole football team, special teams. What a hard-fought football game. I think there are 2 sore football teams tonight in Birmingham right now for sure. But this is a special day, and Oscar, I know you're probably going to get to it, but this being kind of honoring the heroes today too. Let me just say I proudly am honored to get a signed autograph football from the heroes that were acknowledged today pregame and the role that they play. And I say all the time that, being in the military is a choice, and people choose to go to the military to defend this country, to give us the opportunity to live in a free country, to play this great game. And there are a lot of men that are the ages of these guys that we are coaching with that are on battle lines that are being shot at and risking their lives so we can play this great game. I don't think we acknowledge the people that give us the opportunity to have our freedoms. And sometimes you don't really know what you don't appreciate what you have until you lose it. And I am certainly appreciative of the freedoms we have in this country and having the opportunity to have the men and women in our military that defend us every single day. And I cannot say thank you enough to every member of the military, whichever branch in the armed forces that you're in. Thank you for the commitment that you make to give us the opportunity to put our head on our pillow at night and sleep freely. We certainly appreciate the commitment you've made as a lifetime commitment so we can enjoy the things that we enjoy in this great country. What a special day, and what an honor for me to receive a ball from the real heroes, the people that are out defending us and giving us the opportunity to live in a free society. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now you can go home and take a shower.
All right, Coach.
Appreciate you, CJ. Appreciate you. Proud of you. Quentin.